Hello, welcome to Math of Day number 21. Today is June 27th, and we are going to be learning about finding square roots. So, a square root of any number is a number that, when squared, is equivalent to that number. For example, the square root of 4 is 2, because 2 squared, or 2 times 2, square root, which can be represented by this, which is called a radical. It's 2 because 2 squared equals 4. Most square roots of numbers are irrational because, unlike in this example, they can't be defined as a fraction or decimal, and we have to approximate their values. An example of this would be the square root of 28. And today, we're going to be trying to find an approximation of the square root of 28. First, let's look at all of our squares of whole numbers that are close to 28. So we go 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, and 6 squared is 36. So now we have 28, which is greater than 25, so less than 36. Since we know that this is 5 squared and 6 squared, we know that the square root of 28 now is going to be somewhere between 5 and 6. Now we're going to do some trial and error here by trying to square numbers that should be close to the square root of 28. So, since 28 is just a bit more than 25, we're going to try a number. So a little bit more than 5. So let's try 5.2 squared. And this equals 27.04. Probably, when doing this, you're probably going to want to use a calculator, because unless you have really good mental math. But 27.04 is still less than 28. So we're going to go greater than that. So let's try 5.3 squared. Which equals 28.09. So now we're a little bit greater than 28. And with the same logic as before, 25 and 36, we can now know that the square root of 28 is between 5.2 and 5.3. But now we're going to bring it to one more degree of accuracy with putting in the 100th digit. Since 28 is a lot closer to 5.3 squared, let's try 5.28, which equals 27.2 8784. That looks like a lot, but we really just are trying to get close, so all those decimals don't really matter. And this number is less than 28, so we're gonna have to put it a little bit greater at 5.29 squared, which equals 27.9841, which is really close to 28. So that means our approximate solution to the square root of 28, so round this, not exactly, is 5.29. As I said earlier, square roots are most commonly rational numbers, so we can't represent them easily with a decimal or a fraction, as they will keep going on in a pattern that we can't predict because it doesn't repeat. That leaves us with our final answer, that the square root of 28 is about 5.29. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. Goodbye.